Welcome to 2017 and the first new episode of the You Name It show.
Hola, Jerry.
You're always pausing way too long now for that shit.
I should come up with a new slogan for 2017.
A new slogan for it?
Yeah, instead of doing hola, I should do something else like, I don't know.
Pick a different language or something?
Yeah, like German or something. Nein! I don't know. I don't know I don't know any languages. I can't even master English.
German would be hallo. Let's see. Bosnian would be zdravo. Give me a language and I'll tell you how to say hello in that language.
Japanese.
Japanese. Hang on a second. I got to find Japanese in my list. Konnichiwa.
How about Vietnamese?
Let's see if we have Vietnamese. Got to scroll down to the V's here. Vietnamese will be...
What app are you using?
Chao Ban. Google.
Oh, Google.
I mean, if we were doing it right, you'd be able to hear it. Did you hear that?
Yep, it's talking back to you.
Listen.
Chao Ban.
Yao Ban.
Chao Ban.
Chao Ban.
Yeah.
Italian is, how about that? That's a sexy language.
That's got to be more romantic, right?
Yep.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Jerry.
Ciao.
Ciao.
But don't they use the same thing to say goodbye?
I think so, yeah. Just like the Beatles, you say goodbye, I say hello.
Aloha. Hawaii.
I'm looking for ISIS on the list, but they don't have it.
That language?
They have this.
Merhaban. Merhaban.
Merhaban. That's hello in Arabic.
So what do you got for us this brand new year, Jerry?
What do I have for you? Wow, I have a whole bunch of crazy shit. Let's see. What do we start with? Do we start with the complaints about medical like we always do?
Oh, we could do that. You just came from the doctor's office, didn't you?
I did. I always have to go. You know, you have to go like once a month now.
Yeah.
Because they just decide that if you have to have any kind of a prescription filled, I'm putting my Diet Mountain Dew because that's healthy, any kind of a prescription filled, then you just have to come back and see them every single time now.
Yep. Because they won't.
They want $20.
Yeah, they won't refill it over the phone anymore.
No, they'll do some of them, but the good ones you have to go in for. You know, the ones you want.
Yeah.
I'm actually cutting back on most of those. So it might not be too much longer. I have to keep going every single month, but then they weigh you and do all that shit. I actually lost weight between last month and this one, even though Christmas and everything happened.
Oh, I lost a little weight.
Isn't that weird?
I lost a little weight as well.
What'd you do? Chop off your fat head?
No, actually, you're complaining about doctors. I searched WebMD this week.
Yeah.
And I entered in all my symptoms. And so how
long did that take you?
I either have pancreatic cancer, I need 8 feet of my colon removed.
Like it came up with that answer.
Or it could be the fact that I ate breakfast off the food truck twice this week, had a 1/4 pound Big Bite, a bowl of Vietnamese pho, and split a half a fifth of Tito's with Peter on New Year's Eve, and then had beef pad thai.
Yeah, so all that happened in like a 48-hour period, and then you had to go to WebMD to correct yourself, huh?
Yeah, it's like, oh, my back hurts. Well, that could be from the hotel bed being way too soft,
or any of the other shit on your list.
Exactly. But all the symptoms equal pancreatic cancer, either getting part of my colon removed, or could just be a little hungover from New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I still have a hard time believing that you typed in diarrhea, headache, back pain, and a bunch of stuff, and it just popped up and said, remove 8 feet of colon.
It could be like having to detach your pancreas from your colon to keep it from dripping the insulin in because your bowels are pushing through all this stuff without getting the nutrients, and that could be causing your back pain. So there may be some removal of your colon involved. Yeah, that was one of the
maybe 8
remedies.
feet was an exaggeration. That's hilarious. But it does all point to your colon.
Yeah.
Everything's pointing to your colon right now.
Everybody
is. All right. So I go to the doctor, and one of the things that I'm trying to do with insurance is I'm trying to, I've been using a CPAP machine, and you do too.
Yes.
All right. Now everybody thinks we're gross, but the frickin' Darth Vader mask, all that. Yeah. Forever.
Yep.
So anyway, I had been doing it on my own. I found a supplier. I buy them myself. I get an auto-adjusting one. I don't need a doctor to tell me because the machine goes, hey, you need more air.
Right.
Or, hey, you need less air.
Okay.
Because, computers know more than the doctors do and faster anyway. Mm-hmm. See? Because 8 feet of colon.
Yep.
So anyway, I have insurance now. And I thought, all right, well, maybe I can get one for like way less and get a way better model. So my doctor writes me the a prescription for an auto CPAP, and then sends it out to the vendor. Oh. There's where it happens, right there.
The handshake, hey, I'm going to send you somebody. You got to send me somebody.
Yeah, well, because I had to go do the sleep study thing. I didn't go there and do it. They cheaped out, and they said, here, take this gadget home with you and wire it all up all over your body and try and sleep with this giant block of electronics on your chest. Yeah. But anyway, so now because they did the sleep study part, they send that routinely over to them. So the people call me and they tell me, it'll be like $20 a month for 12 months and then it's yours. And then the insurance pays the rest, which is like $180 more a month. And I'm like, wow, that's a good machine. It's like a $2,000 machine. Okay. And I know they go for that much, right? Mm-hmm. I go, I said, let me think about this first, because they said, we got to make a home visit. And I went, what?
Oh,
what
yeah,
for?
They got to teach you how to use it. It's like,
yeah. So I decide I'm going to do it, and I call back to the doctor because I don't know who the fuck called me in the first place to tell me about it. And they say, no, call the sleep clinic. So I call them. They look it up, and they give me a call back. And the lady's saying, yes, we can do that. We just have to set an appointment to drop it off. I go, well, we don't need to do that because I've been using one for over 10 years. And why don't you just send it to me? Mm-hmm. Well, we need to program it. I go, I can do that. Or you can pre-program it. But if you can't pre-program it, I can do it because I know how to program those. Mm-hmm. Because I've been doing it for years.
Yep.
I go, I know how to get into the manufacturer's menus and everything. So we could just send it to me. I don't need you to come to my house. Because you know what that means? It means they want to charge you for a home visit.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, make more money.
Yeah. So I'm telling them no. And then they say, after my whole description, they say, okay, well, we still have to come to your house. And I go, what for? Well, you got to sign paperwork. And I was like,
I have an email address.
I can just keep doing it the same way I've been doing it, because now it's turning into me just getting pissed off because you're trying to freaking rape me.
Right.
Because you know that the home visit charge would only be a certain amount covered by the insurance company. I'd end up spending like $200 for them to come to my house probably to show me how to do something that I know how to do better than them.
Okay, you got to say, Jerry, everything would be great if
everybody would just quit fucking me.
I heard an ad on the radio for a CPAP machine that's the size of a Coke can.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it's for people who travel. And I'm like, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, the problem with that is the same thing you're dealing with. I'd have to go in for a sleep study again because I haven't had one in a while. They'd hook all the shit up, but I can't believe they gave you a home one. You should have hooked it up to the dog.
I could have hooked it up to the dog. That'd be hilarious. Sir, you don't sleep well. Sir, you sleep very well. You slept 18 hours the other day.
But we're going to get you the CPAP anyway.
I don't know. Something wrong with your heart rate, though. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, just flunk the test because you're giving it to a dog. Yeah, I just thought of something I probably could have told him too. I'll come pick it up and sign your paperwork.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn it, but I didn't think of it.
Tell me where to go.
I know where it's at. It's where I went. It's the shitty building I went to gladly not sleep in because this is a shitty building too.
Yeah.
It was like dirty, and you got to go in there after dark, and it felt like you were in an area where you're going to get mugged. It's stupid.
Yeah, I've just been ordering. I'll have to get with you later on after the show and figure out where you've been getting your supplies from, because I've just been ordering them online. And it's so much, because otherwise you got to call up, you got to call the doctor, you got to make a doctor's appointment, then they have to write you a script. It's like you're writing me a script for a hose and a fucking tank.
Right. Ridiculous. I get it. I always just go to Amazon for those supplies, for the hose and for the mask and everything, because it's always like, $80 for a brand new everything mask. Right.
And then you could probably pay for it with your FSA card.
Oh, you could, because that just reads as a debit card.
Yep. So
you totally could do that, and that's what I might have to do with this thing. Now I'm tempted to call them back and say, I'll come pick it up.
Well, you
those assholes.
I'll give you the 8 feet of my colon, and you won't have to buy a breathing tube.
No, that would be great, too. Can you imagine the delightful smell?
That'll clear you out.
It will, yeah. All right, CPAP sucks. That's the thing. It's still the medical industry just trying to rate. Why didn't they tell me you can just come pick it up? What's the story with that? It's because they wanted me to fold. It was like a standoff. They're like staring into each other's eyes, waiting for someone to blink.
They got to get their money somehow. Every phone
now
call that calls in is money.
Mm-hmm. I might just go online now and just order one and then give them my insurance information and get the same deal. Maybe even better, for all I know. Stupid place. This was the funniest place about the sleep study place. When I went in there, I'm like, well, this place sucks, because you go into they still take you in the little room to show you how to wire. They had to wire me up.
Yeah.
I ended up coming home unwiring myself and rewiring it, because they were like, I wasn't there with the proper clothes on. They wanted you to wear like the t-shirt or whatever you'd be sleeping in, because they wanted to attach it over the shirt and all this shit. So I had them attach it with no shirt and everything on, so I'm standing there like an idiot, all bare-chested while they're fucking around. Then I get home and I take it all off, put a shirt on, and put it all back on myself.
And then
they act like it's really. Don't they act like it's really hard to do that shit too?
Yeah,
it's a fucking little sensor that you're sticking to your body in all these different areas. It's really not that scientific.
It's like acupuncture, right?
Yeah, like, oh, watch out. You're a millimeter off.
Nah.
I'm all pissed off about them, too. Damn it. But here's the part you like, because when you did your sleep study, you went in there and did it. Tell me if it was the same thing as I saw when I was in that room. When I walked in that room, it was like a 1980s shitty hotel room.
Yes, it
had a tube TV on the wall.
Yep, a camera mounted in the ceiling.
Yeah,
with the red lights around it for the night vision, so they could watch you.
Yeah.
You know damn well they're just hitting record and they're going to sleep or doing whatever they do.
Reading a book or something like that. And the bed was shitty. First thing I did, because they left me in there alone, I was like touching the bed going, oh, this bed fucking sucks.
Touching the bed. I was touching myself, giving them something to watch.
No, I didn't sleep there. Yeah, I'm sure. You're cranking one out in the middle of the night.
Ring the buzzer.
You should have been screaming, Nurse Ratchet, Nurse Ratchet.
Can I get a towel and some lotion?
I want to watch the World Series, Nurse Ratchet. Come in and watch me. Freak.
Oh, so wrong.
It is so wrong. What else is wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. Going to the movies to see Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh.
Went to go do that.
How was it?
That was good. I liked it. I liked the movie. And in fact, I went to the 3D show.
Okay.
And it was really good 3D. Now, I heard other people like at Imagine theaters. I went to AMC, but the Imagine ones weren't all that great, and MJR and whatnot. But the AMC one was really good. The problem was that some fucking idiot behind me brought their little kid who was too young to be in there watching Rogue One, Star Wars, doesn't understand it, can't read, is just at the right age to talk way too much and ask questions, and kick my seat the entire show. So the parents were doing trying to do a good job of telling that kid to cut it out, right? Because I heard it like every time. But you know that kid's not going to stop. Listen. So after he stops doing the initial seat kicking, they gave him like this cardboard box with his share of popcorn in it, and it was the loudest fucking cardboard box in the world. Just and it was so stupid. Then they finally stopped him from doing that, and things calmed down. But like still, every 10 minutes, I'd get a kick in the back of the seat. And I started feeling like, all right, I either have to get up and move my seat, or this lady should do that because the theater's half empty. Move that kid to a different spot.
Yep.
You know, he's kicking the seat in front of him constantly. Nope, she didn't do it. So eventually I just had to stand up and go down the aisle and sit by myself and watch the last 20 minutes of the movie. Because of bad parenting. There's where we're leading with this. Bad parenting. In my day and age, you'd throw that little bastard out in the street if he was making noise in the theater watching the flickers.
Damn kids. Don't they know I paid good money for this?
I'm here at the Nickelodeon trying to enjoy myself, and there's a little brat beating on the back of my seat. Stupid.
And that happens to us all the time on airplanes, too. You get the person with the touch screen behind you and kicking the seat and trying to stuff their laptop bag under your seat and knocking you in the ass. And
and it comes out by your feet somehow. I don't even know there's like a bar there, and still they'll jam their shit underneath there, and it'll hit me in the back of the heels. And I haven't had too many of the kids. I had one kid probably in 4 years of flight that was kicking the seat the whole time. I had more problems with the adult who was playing the video game on the touchscreen, who was smacking it with his finger like clack, clack.
Yep, trying to win. Trying to beat the guy in seat 5A.
Yeah, for trivia or whatever the fuck it is.
No, I had more
Do you
problems.
like my Rogue One review? It's pretty thorough, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was very thorough. You told me to watch a documentary this week, and I'd like to thank you, Jerry.
Yes.
For telling me to search for the new Wiener documentary.
Yes. Wiener.
I could not find it, but I found a whole lot of other stuff.
Oh, did you? Boy, that's weird that you would find that. I didn't say just search for it on Pornhub. You're supposed to find it.
Well, I searched for Wiener documentary, and I got all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, it's actually a Showtime documentary. So for the listeners, it is a good documentary to watch about Anthony Weiner. Oh, shit. Here comes my heat on. Damn it. Hang on a second. Let me go turn the furnace off. Tell the people something.
Oh, it's almost as bad as searching for a soccer ball at dicks.com. It's just not right. It's so not right. So Jerry's fixing his furnace. You're in the garage again, obviously.
Obviously.
Because Lisa has kicked you out.
I gotta yell so I can get my microphone back on.
That's quite all right. It's not like it's a professional show it's not like it's a professional show that's growing, doubling every week in listenership or anything like that.
That it is, my friend. And it is, too, and that's the sad part.
People have nothing better to do with their lives except listen to us.
No, the sad part is that I can't increase production value because I'm lame. And I tried today. You know that. I tried to run everything through the board so I could sound like last week. And my computer decided to give me the middle finger and say, this sound card, blah, 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 sample rate, blah, 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 conflict, blah, blah, sample conflict, audio system, hardware, blah. And I'm just like, I don't want to have to do, I need to research. I'll get it to work, but just not this week, I guess.
Yep.
Let's see. What was that? What did I run away from you on?
Oh, we were talking about the Anthony Weiner thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a Showtime documentary. And it's really uncomfortable because the whole deal, I don't know if you remember it in the news, but he was the one sexting with all the different women.
Yeah.
This is the first part because now there's new stuff. But before this documentary, he was doing this whole sexting routine. Then he took like 2 years off of politics and came back to run for mayor. So this is during his mayoral run where halfway through 2 weeks before the vote, hey, look, we found some more sex texts from Anthony Weiner.
And the whole thing is his wife is hot.
Yeah, Huma. Right.
And wasn't she working for Hillary's campaign at one point in time?
Yep. Which is quite a pair, too.
Yeah.
Hillary, getting cheated on. Huma getting cheated on. Of course they're going to sit there and work together. Make fun of their obnoxious husbands. So, I don't want to spoil anything. Because what I said doesn't really spoil anything. It's just watching this guy and how he's trying to handle this at that high level is really uncomfortable and fascinating.
Well, I will have to check it out.
Poor Wiener.
When I get over all the things that I saw when I searched Wiener, I will have to.
Yeah.
Once
Therapy.
Once those visions are out of my head, I'll try looking again. So
Therapy sessions. Doctor, there's dicks in my head.
Actually, I did watch a thing on HBO this week. It was about Carrie Fisher. She, back in 2010, I guess she did like a play. And they call it a documentary play, a docu-play or whatever. But
yeah, the one-woman show type thing, right?
yeah, it was pretty damn good. I was surprised. She did a great job on that.
Hey, did you see who got in trouble about her? And two people that I know of.
Who?
Steve Martin. Did you see the Steve Martin thing?
Oh, what did he say? Something about her not looking so good or something?
No, he said that, I met this beautiful woman and it didn't hurt that she turned out to be intelligent and witty, too. And then everybody freaked on him, saying that he was being too sexist, which I think is bullshit. I think he was... You just can't talk like a human anymore. Yep. Now everything has to have some kind of bad meaning behind it. And then there was Cinnabon. Did you hear that one?
Oh, yeah. They did some kind of ad or something, or tweet. Didn't they tweet something weird?
They tweeted out a picture of the Princess Leia profile with her, how she had the haircut. Mm-hmm. And instead of on the side, they put a Cinnabon on the side. And it said, like, Carrie Fisher, you'll always have the best buns in the galaxy.
Yep.
But, they're trying to make fun of the haircut.
Right. They're
her
not
ass.
necessarily
saying you've got a great ass, dead lady. They're just, just doing that. And... So I don't think they should have gotten in trouble either. I think that they were just trying to be cute with the haircut and everybody else took it like a... That's their fault. If you're going to take it the other way, then you're the idiot. Because there's a picture showing you what they're talking about.
Yep. See, I completely forgot that she was married to Paul Simon.
Wow, I did too until you just said it.
Yep. So
was that right? Was that right... right before he wrote 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover?
I don't know. He did write a couple songs that she referred to in the play or the docudrama, whatever the hell she calls it, that did refer to her and were about her. So
yeah.
Oh well.
I have another movie thing.
Okay,
I got another one. A movie that I had to search out to find to rewatch, which was almost torture to rewatch anyway, but I wanted to. I'm reading, and start making fun of me, I'm reading the latest Prince Lestat book from the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles series that I had read over the years.
Where
right?
the fuck do you come up with this shit, Jerry?
I don't know. I was younger when it came out, and I read a few of the books, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm in. I'm going to read a couple more. And then you get to do where it's like you just have to keep reading them because they keep making them kind of thing. And anyway, so they made a movie about one of them that was The Queen of the Damned. Do you remember that movie?
No, I don't.
Sorry. All right, so it's a vampire movie. It was like 1999, as it turns out. I thought it was later than that. It had some guy in there who has never done anything again, and it had the singer. I think it's pronounced Aaliyah. Do you remember that? The black girl from Detroit, Jamaican-style singer.
Okay, I remember Aaliyah. Yeah.
Well, I'm watching it, and the movie was as shitty as you'd think it would be, but I watched the whole thing. And then I looked her up because I wanted to find out how she died, because she did this sudden death routine that stars do when they turn 27 for some reason. She's another one who was 27 years old, like everybody else. So she died in a fiery plane crash, right?
Okay.
And then I started thinking, well, she spent the whole entire movie burning people up because that was her whole deal. She was the queen of the damned. She'd look at people. She must have just stared and burned people up like throughout the entire movie, probably 50 or 60 different people that she burned up, and then she died in a plane crash. So I wondered if that was like karmic or something.
Dies in the plane.
It's where you laugh and tell me how dumb that idea is and quit trying to make a joke out of it.
I'm still trying to figure out where the hell you come up with some of these books to read and stuff to watch. You must really need to get away from yourself.
What? I can sit and read a book. What do you do? This is your problem. You can't be with yourself. We've gone over this.
That's true. I have to go out and be social and
yeah, I don't need to be social anymore. I used to love to be social. I was never at home. I would never be watching any TV or movies. I was always out with people. But then now I'm old and I don't give a shit anymore.
Yep, you've decided to enjoy your life the way you want to enjoy your life, Jerry.
By reading bad books and watching horrible television shows. I like it. I don't know.
Hey.
So, yeah, that was weird. Do you want the last TV show reference? What do you got? You got something good?
Oh, I was just going to talk to the listeners about these stupid laws that they're coming out with in California. But go ahead.
Well, hang on. Let me burn out the last TV show thing. There's a new show on Netflix called The OA. Have you seen that?
The OA.
Which is pretty good.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a science fiction weird thing where this chick shows back up in town after she's been gone for I don't know how many years, like 10 years or I don't know. Let's say 7 to 12 years, something weird like that. And she now wants to be called the OA, and we have no idea why. And it's just all this weird shit she's doing. It's almost like a Lost thing where you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Mm-hmm. Well, and she was blind before she left, and now she can see. And she seems to know things about people. So that's the whole deal. It's like this weird sci-fi thing. And it's fun to watch. We're like almost done with it, I think, for the first season. But anyway, I'm watching the OA, and it strikes me that blind people must not care much about traveling because what are you going to do?
Ooh.
You could like say you got a blind kid. You could save a lot of money if you had a blind kid, Davin. You could take that kid to like Florida and say, hey, you're in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. You know? Or you could take the kid out into a pine forest in Michigan and say, you're in the Rocky Mountains now. Isn't it great?
That's true. You can tell them wherever they are. It's like when Novak told Bill, when Bill was all excited about going to the Paris Auto Show.
Yeah.
And they were talking about it. I think they might have been in Chicago at the time doing the Chicago Auto Show. And he goes, Bill, close your eyes. Okay, open your eyes. You're in Paris.
Yep. That's one of Mike's deals.
It's exactly
Mike's one of the
what
other
it is.
guys on the auto show tour. He did the same thing to me because I called him one day when I was on a show floor, and I said, hey, they're talking about sending people to China. Isn't that kind of cool to go with this device to go support it in China? And he goes, Jerry, look around the room right now. You're in China.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Right. It's just going to be the same. There'll be different sounds maybe and different looking people, but you'll still be on the goddamn show floor.
Yep. All the convention halls look the same.
Yes, it's true. I had another TV thing I forgot about. Damn it. It's like the TV barrage.
Oh,
Did you ever watch the first 48?
Yes, I have watched that.
Do you still watch it?
No, I've been watching. What is that other crime one that's on right now? Forensic Files, I think.
Oh, yeah, those are good. See, Forensic Files, I don't have any problem with. You know that we've talked about this on the road before, like where I Dateline binged, like the whole season of Datelines, or I don't know how many I watched in a row at one point, just because you run out of shit to watch when you're by yourself in a hotel room at night and, you know, you don't have the good channels and whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't watch the first 48 anymore. I used to watch a lot of it, but I've realized it's all the same story. It all ends the exact same way.
Person's dead.
Yeah. No, the guy confesses. Mm-hmm. It's apparent to me that nobody knows that they don't have to tell the police everything they ask.
Yeah.
You know? You get in the little tiny room, and this is what you can do. You can sit there and you can say, I'd like to have a lawyer. And then they'll stop and they'll either send you home or they'll make you sit in there for a couple of hours by yourself and then put you in the jail cell or whatever they're going to end up doing. But either way, you do not have to answer any of their questions. But everybody on that fucking show answers every one of those cops' questions.
And convicts
Like,
themselves.
I know, it's so stupid. It's like the cop just has to go, oh, you were there, weren't you? Over at the Dairy Queen that night? I'm going, no, I wasn't there. Well, we got the camera, and it looks exactly like you, and your friend Fred told me that you were there. All right, I did it.
Okay, I was there.
Yep, that was me.
Yep.
Sorry.
You got me.
Right, it's that easy. It's starting to make me think I should have went in the cop business because it's so easy to get a score like that. All you got to do is ask them. They'll all tell you. Yeah, I killed him. Whatever. Oh, really? Really? Juan told you that I did that? Well, all right. Caught me dead to rights.
I started watching, it's called The Detour on USA Net or TBS. It's on TBS.
Okay.
Pretty good. It's into their second season. Samantha Bee is one of the writers.
I don't even know what that is. What is the show?
It's about a husband and wife and their 2 kids, and the daughter's just like becoming a teenager and the son's younger, and they go on this road trip for a family vacation. But it's
okay.
You have to watch it. It's hilarious because it's every day is a different thing. Like the first this crappy blue minivan that they call Blue Thunder, and it breaks down, and they got to push start it, and the kid drives it into a ditch, the 7-year-old, and he's all excited about it.
7-year-old is driving.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's all this stuff like that. They do on a road trip. They stop at this stupid restaurant, and they all get sick after the restaurant, and because it's one of those attraction type places. But
yeah,
it's pretty funny. And it's a half an hour, not too much time out of your life.
Called Road Trip?
It's called The Detour.
Oh, The Detour.
Yep.
Yeah. So it sounds like they're trying to do like a vacation style thing, just a little differently.
Right. But the whole thing is the season's already been out, so they're doing flashbacks. And basically, he's being interviewed by a police officer. That's why this kind of reminded me of, he's in the room getting interviewed by the cop about what he was doing with the family and stuff. So you don't know how it gets to that point, how bad it gets during this road trip through the first season to get him to that point. So it's all leading up to that point.
Yeah, interesting. I'm looking at the description now.
And what does it say?
Jason Jones is a star, huh?
Oh, we know a Jason Jones.
Yeah, but Jason Jones was from the Daily Show, I think.
Yeah, but it's pretty good.
So
it's pretty funny.
Natalie Zia, I don't know. I watched a shitty movie the other night with Lisa called The Monster.
The Monster.
And because it reminded me because it was another thing where you got the single mother who's a complete fucking mess driving her, 7 or 8 year old daughter to the dad's house through the woods, right? Because she's going to go drop the kid off for whatever reason. And of course, they crash, and then there's a monster. And it should have been renamed Cavalcade of Bad Choices. It should have been made. Because it was just a movie you're sitting there watching going, why would you do that? Oh, sure, yeah. Get out of the car. That's the way you do it when you know that there's a giant, wolf out there. Oh, we hit a wolf. The wolf's laying in the middle of the street, and so let's get out and go take a look at this wild animal that we hit to find out whether or not it's alive. And then when it disappears, let's go out and look for it. Let's walk through the woods for a little bit and look for this wolf that we hit, just in case he might not bite us and try and kill us.
They do that.
That's before the monster showed up.
They do that in horror movies all the time. It's just hilarious. It's like, no, don't leave. Get in your car and fucking leave. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so stupid. And the worst part was that, so this tow truck driver guy shows up. Here comes all the spoilers. Tow truck driver guy shows up, and he's going to fix the car because there's a broken axle. So somehow him crawling underneath that car is going to fix a broken axle. So that he can load it on the back.
Yep.
And before that, he says, all right, you guys, just take all your luggage and throw it into my tow truck. And then he decides, but you can just ride in the car after I hook it up. Like, he's going to hook it up and have him ride in the car, right?
Right.
Which is thoroughly illegal to start with, but that's what they've decided to do. This way, you could have all of their cell phones to call 911 and all that are now locked in that vehicle because the guy obviously gets killed, drug out from underneath his mechanic's position, where he somehow or another can lay on his back and fix a broken axle underneath the car. Cavalcade of bad choices.
Not so good.
I think that might round up all of the viewing that I had that we need to talk about. There's always viewing, but
oh yeah.
You know.
Well, I am in California. I'm in San Diego, and I don't know why they call it beautiful San Diego because it hasn't been nice since we've been here, but whatever.
Oh, the weather's been shitty.
Yeah, it's rained quite a bit. It's been cooler. It's not like one of those places we were talking about today that when you leave here you're gonna miss it.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine was okay. I think we had to have light jackets on too, though. Like, it was a little cooler when I was there.
You'd think it'd be warmer.
But I thought the downtown area was kind of cool, where all the little bars and everything. Isn't there a whole bunch of that down there?
Oh, there's a whole. I've got that in my notes, by the way. All the bars. Saturated bar market is my show note. When you enter a bar and you double the customer count, you know the town is saturated with bars.
Saturated bar market. Nice.
But it's because the stadium's right here, and it's a baseball stadium. Nothing is going on, so there's all these bars dependent on the stadium, and it's freaking dead at night. And
well, yeah,
some places,
that time of year too.
You know, New Year's Eve it was busy, and New Year's Day, you know, people are still in town, but for the most part, it's empty bars, and there's too many of them, too many choices, and all that shit. But this whole California mentality and the attitude, and we went to the grocery store and they charge you 10 cents a plastic bag now.
Ah, yeah.
But
they do that. They do that in other cities we've been. They do that in Florida for us, don't they?
But now what they did is in DC they do it as well.
Yes.
But they voted back in November to get rid of the disposable bags. So now the bags are thicker and you have to pay for them. So how is this helping the environment is what I want to know.
I don't know. It's helping somebody.
Exactly.
Maybe not the environment.
Because the bags are going to take a lot longer to decompose. Because they're thicker.
It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature.
And you're paying for it.
It's not helping her. Yeah, and they just people were complaining in Michigan because the Michigan House or whatever just passed this law that you could not start charging for plastic bags.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they said that you cannot create a law that makes people charge for plastic bags. So they created a law to obstruct another law. So that was kind of weird.
Okay.
But I sat there thinking, well, most of these people in Michigan don't know what it's like when you go to D.C. or Florida. Places will do it too, like when we were in Miami, I think, and San Diego, where you have to then pay for your goddamn bag. They do it at Walgreens in... Where's that one? Oh, that was San Francisco. So, yeah, it's still California.
And you've seen the baggers at the grocery stores. How many freaking plastic bags they use. It's ridiculous. Imagine paying
that you have to pay for? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they'll put 2 items in one plastic bag and throw it in your cart. So it's
a combination of a good idea and a bad idea, because the intent behind it, like for California, is, hey, just bring your own bag. If you're going to come down to the store, bring a bag, then we don't have to do the plastic thing.
Right.
But then the bad idea part, let's penalize you 10 cents for that, for each bag you want to use.
Another perfect California example of that. They just raised minimum wage, $1. Okay.
All right.
So
yay.
What happens? All the people at restaurants are up in arms now because they have changed it and made it a surcharge that they add on to the end of your check to add an additional 3 to 5% to your check to help.
Yeah, I saw
pay
that
for
in a different
extra,
state.
Yeah, to pay for the extra $1 an hour increase.
But I thought that was I thought it was illegal, actually. Because the one I saw was a guy who ran a bar or a restaurant added onto the bottom a tax that he called the minimum wage tax.
Okay.
This is one of the Facebook stories or whatever. And that guy was getting in trouble because it's like, you can't tax people a minimum wage tax. I mean, if you want to try it, but they're not going to come to your restaurant anymore. That was the problem he was getting, is too much Yelp backlash at his restaurant.
Well, they're not calling it a tax here. It's a surcharge. So
bullshit.
I know. Similar to like when we go to New York and you're at the hotel and they have a Javits surcharge. And you're like, what the fuck is this Javits? Well, it's to build a new convention center.
Yep.
So they charge all the tourists for that. But have they built a new convention center? It's been 15 years they've been charging that tax. Where the fuck's the new convention center?
Yep.
Fuck you people.
Yeah, they've got all kinds of shit like that you notice from these places too. Tourism fee. Mm-hmm. I've seen that one where you're at the convention because a convention's going. I don't know what it is, but they charge you a tourism fee, and you're like, I'm already paying a fee. If I'm a tourist and I'm here at your hotel, I'm already paying a tourism fee. Why are you adding more to it? Or the resort fee. Mm-hmm. Those are great too. You go to certain hotels and they're going to charge you a resort. We're a resort. We're going to charge you high-priced resort charges for your room, but we're also going to add a resort fee. Because you're at a resort. What?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know what it's called here, but when I sent my laundry out, they had like a $3.50 fee just for having to use detergent or whatever on my laundry.
Oh, right. For bringing your own detergent or some shit like that, right?
For them dry cleaning, yeah, some kind of dry cleaning fee or some bullshit. Who knows? They just make up whatever they want. Yeah. Where does it actually go? Nobody knows.
It goes into somebody's pocket that's not me. That's where it goes.
Uh-huh. So
let's see. Do I have a short one here? I do have a short thing for you.
Okay.
The first 3 downloads of the show before last.
Okay.
That's how long ago I wrote this. One was you, because you were the guy who knew that it came out, so you wanted to hear it. Mm-hmm. Because I knew where you were at, San Diego.
Yes.
And then the next 2 were once again from Virginia and Washington, D.C.
The NSA and the FBI.
Yes. So I thought of a good idea. Mm-hmm. That maybe we can get more listeners, even though we've been really doing well. Just so the listeners know, we've like in October we had an amount, and then November doubled it, and then December doubled that. We're like keep doubling every month,
which is great.
Just
guys,
in case,
keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're loving it.
This is great, but maybe we'll get more downloads by saying NSA keywords. You know?
Well, we did try that one time, so that's probably why we now have more of the Virginia download too now.
Yeah, let me see. Let me show you an example and see what you come up with.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Davin, did I tell you about ISIS?
No, you didn't.
Well, I think ISIS is greatly misinformed and evil. See how I did that? I hit it.
That was good. That was good.
I would like to kill our president's enemies if they try to kill him.
That would be good.
See?
You got to give them something to listen to.
Yeah, they'll pick that up. As soon as I say that, right now on the phone, they've picked that up.
There's gonna be a black car following you.
There will. Plutonium is what I would name an outer space cartoon dog.
That would be a good one. I like
there.
I like plutonium.
Right. It is a good cartoon dog named that Plutonium.
Here, boy.
See what we're doing here?
Here, boy. I got you now.
Yeah. We're fooling the NSA so we don't go to jail, but we can say all the keywords and get more listeners.
Here's a topic, just a real quick one that came up. Peter and I went to lunch. Peter's one of our guys that works with us, and we were having a nice little conversation, and evidently he went on a double date with his girlfriend and his girlfriend's friend who is dating this new guy, and they went through the rules before they got on the date.
Rules for this.
There's rules for this. You cannot bring this up. Don't bring this up to the new boyfriend, but he's a flat earther. Peter's like,
okay.
This is going on 2017, and this guy actually believes that the earth is flat.
Yeah. I've heard of these people.
Right. Do not bring it up in conversation because she hates it, and it'll start a big argument, and you can't. So this leads to other things. Like I saw a commercial the other day where they were talking about some.
Well, hang on. I'm confused because what makes anybody think that Pete would just bring up flat earthers in conversation?
I don't know. But
why do you have to have the warning when it's something that he would never talk about?
Well, unless the guy brought it up, or the conversation went around that direction, maybe it might get into it. But I was thinking it would be a great conversation to have a flat earther on the show. So we could hear them debate back and forth. And then I saw right after that conversation that Pete and I had at lunch, I went back to the hotel and there was a commercial, and it was for some kind of spice company or some spices that are in this new food. I didn't catch what the food was, but they searched the four corners of the earth for these spices and brought them back.
They didn't know it wasn't. They didn't know it wasn't flat, right?
Exactly. So like
four corners.
How can there be corners on a globe? So where the hell do these flat earthers come from? And wouldn't someone have
evidently the spice companies.
Now, wouldn't someone have seen the edge? You'd think somebody out there would have gotten to the edge and seen the edge.
Yeah, by now, yeah.
So I did a little research on it, and their whole theory is that Antarctica and the snow is all around the edge to block you from falling off. And that's why no one's ever
block you from.
Yeah, no one's ever seen the edge because it's all ice and mountain, and that keeps you from going off.
They are aware that people have done a little thing called circumnavigating the globe with an airplane. That people have flown over that and went all the way around.
No, because there's probably no gravity in their little flat worlds. So
I don't know, but they're off. I did hear a guy on the radio. There's a great podcast called Race Wars that I like, and it's comedians. Mm-hmm. It's called Race Wars because there's a black guy and a white guy. Sherrod Small, I think his name is the black. Anyway, they had a guy on there that's a flat earther, and it was fascinating to hear him do all of that debating thing.
Try to explain what flat earthers are for.
Yeah, and he had some plausible kind of arguments, but at the same time they were flawed. You're like, I can see where other people might think that, but it's flawed logic. It doesn't. I don't have an example, but it was like you said, it was interesting. I bet we could find one though. Yeah. I bet we have one right at the work office that we could talk to.
There's probably somebody we work with that thinks the earth is flat, but.
Yeah, there might be somebody in that building somewhere, right there by Larry's desk. That might. All right, everybody, calm down. We're making jokes. We're not doing work talk like that. Crazy.
We'll have to search the four corners of the office.
Yeah, to find somebody who could flat earth the hell out of us. That was good. I think we're done.
I think we are too. Until next week, my friend.
Yes, everybody go pop a wheelie. Oh, wait a minute. That's your line.
That's my line, yeah.
Let me try. We'll reset it up. Ready? Thanks for listening to the You Name It podcast, first show of 2017. It's been great.
Yes, it has, guys. Go pop a wheelie.
All right. Goodbye.
Well, later.